You are listening to the Savage FINcast, episode 97, F It, Birthday Cake.
Chicago.
This is the Savage FINcast, the show that comes from the net, through systems, peoples, and cities to this place. I am Jim Purcell.
I'm Craig Olson.
I'm Raven Perez, a party dude.
Yes, we are back for another big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Urban Legends coverage. For the last several, years now? We've been covering TMNT Urban Legends being released by IDW because longtime Savage Dragon contributors Gary Carlson and Frank Fosco wrote and drew that series, and it has many, many connections to various Savage Dragon and other highbrow properties. Vanguard shows up, Hortus shows up, the SOS, various other connections. Oh, and Dragon, of course, he shows up. That guy.
Yeah. Erik produced it. I mean, it was basically...
It was part of his quote-unquote imprint, his little section of Image Comics, technically. I know he did covers for some of the earlier issues. I don't think he did much in the way of like actual editing later on. It was kind of its own thing. But I know
he was a series editor.
He ran the letters column and everything.
Yeah, he was pretty involved. I mean, Mirage wanted Highbrow to take it over, and so he brought in Gary and
it was a weird time for Turtles because the cartoon was over and the comics weren't being produced, and I guess they wanted a comic to exist, and so it went on Erik to make it happen.
Yeah,
highly unique period for the book. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. But I believe this revival has gone over a lot better than it did back when in the 90s when it was new.
Yeah.
Right.
And the cool thing and what I'm excited about is that the original run ended at issue 23, which is we're covering 21, 22, and 23 on this podcast.
So we are going to be hitting the end of that original run, and then next time, not next episode, but very soon, we're going to cover the final 3 brand new issues to the conclusion.
Which is amazing. I mean, how many comics does that happen to? You have a 20-year-old comic, or around close to 20 years, right? It's got to be close to that.
I think it came out, 98?
I want to say there was a 15-year gap.
Maybe 15?
Yeah.
15 sticking out in my head for
Never
some
got to get finished and gets a second chance through IDW with 3 extra issues to close it out cleanly, which, as you guys will hear on this podcast, it doesn't really close out cleanly in the original run.
Do not.
No, the original run was Cliffhanger City, dude.
Yeah, and, it was a lot of fun back then, and it was a good comic because it tied in so closely with Savage Dragon. It was always such a bummer that they didn't get to close it out. So I'm just over the moon that IDW took this on and colored it, first of all, because I don't think we hit on that it was black and white to begin with.
Right.
And brought back the original team to finish it out. I mean, again, how many times does that happen? I can't remember any other comic getting that second chance.
And on top of that, Craig, you mentioned a colorist, Adam Gazowski, has done an absolutely phenomenal job.
Right.
This looks incredible. It looks like it was made yesterday. So this shit is fantastic, dude. I came into this clean. I'd never read any of Urban Legends. It wasn't even called that back then. I hadn't read any of this, and this was all new to me, and I've been fucking loving it, dude. Eating it up with a fork and spoon.
Nice. So shall we get into some bit of news before we start covering these issues?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
You want to start with the 255 cover Savage Dragon first? 255's cover, which Erik released about a week ago from this recording, is such a great cover. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's titled on it The Empty Grave, and I think it's the first cover of Savage Dragon to have Paul Dragon on the cover.
Yes, I'm fairly certain he was holding back putting Paul on the cover until after 251 came out.
Giving it some space. Yeah. But man, this cover's amazing. It's Paul Dragon looking into an empty grave, what it seems like, and the viewpoint is like looking up from the grave with Paul Dragon looking down, Great font that says the empty grave on it. The background is this crazy reds. It
Now,
looks like he might be in Dimension X.
Well, that's the thing. I initially, when I first saw this cover, my first thought was Paul had looked for Dragon's Grave and was looking at his own corpse, or at least the empty hole where his corpse should be. But now I realize it's got all the Kirby dots in the background, and we also have that subplot with Jennifer going on in Dimension X. Makes a lot more sense that it's her empty grave.
Yeah, for listeners that don't remember, maybe, is that Jennifer died in Dimension X, but she was pregnant with Michael
Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's baby.
Michael Jackson's baby.
Sharona
Well,
dragon.
I don't know if we knew she was pregnant. We speculated she might have been pregnant.
Yeah, the
We
hand
didn't
that
know?
busts
Oh,
out of the
right.
grave could be hers. You
Yes,
don't know.
It's unclear.
Yeah.
Was she didn't have like a bump or anything?
No bump.
I mean, she had literally
all
had
right.
sex with Michael like a day before.
But so
Oh.
did fucking Alex and Angel, and they didn't get pregnant.
Right.
Oh, weird. All right, my
I know we
memory's
all
playing
kind of
tricks on
we
me.
all kind of put it into our heads that it was related somehow.
So maybe it's her.
It was
It
all
could
just
be her,
it
dude.
was all just speculation about whose hand that could have been.
Gotcha.
And when chosen one blood is involved, it literally could be either of them.
Yeah.
So
and
regardless, someone's hand's busting out and crawling out of that grave.
Like, it's hard to like. Why would Jennifer survive what she went through? The only way I could think is if she had a dragon baby and somehow sharing blood with the baby helped regenerate her, or possibly the baby survived because it was because they're hardy babies.
yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of possibilities, but the point is, it appears that this issue is going to deal with that, as Paul probably is on the hunt to find his dead wife Sue.
Yeah,
at
and
least-
what's funny is important to also note that, like, just before Smasher, and the whole merging the earth, she started calling Dragon Paul.
Right. So
So
she
it's-
has Sue's memories.
Yeah. So,
Sue being Paul Dragon's version of Jennifer.
basically.
Paul Dragon's wife.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean that's why we're kind of thinking in this way. I mean, we don't know. It's all guesses at this point, but such a cool cover.
It's fun to speculate because there's so many possibilities. Because
Yeah.
it's also possible none of this is true.
Right. You never know. Could be a big fat fucking lie. Eric
Right.
likes to make those covers, like, match the guts, but could be total misdirection. You don't know.
I'm just in love with the cover though. I think it's spectacular.
A lot of
it's
nice-
simple but good.
Nice use of negative space.
Yeah.
It is a really good, you mentioned it, but, like, the way that the empty grave, the words "the empty grave" are lined up perspective-wise to help sell the illusion of depth from the grave, like, looking up. Like, it's really cool. It's really good, dude.
And just the Kirby crackle in the background with the reds and stuff. Just fantastic.
Tell you, man, some of the best covers in the biz.
Yep.
Motherfucker knows his way around a cover.
So what we got next?
Well, next we have... Oh, of course I closed it. Hold on.
Professional, nothing but the best here at Savage Turtlecast.
So, a couple of weeks ago, Gary Carlson announced that he has a Kickstarter with, artist...
Ecker.
Chris Eckers is the artist?
No, he's the writer.
He's the writer?
Gary's the editor. I'm not sure who the
I think the artists are assorted. They might be different.
No, it's the same guy. He's done a lot of the recent Big Bang issues.
So the Kickstarter is for the series called Anomalies, which it kind of has I say it's kind of like a Doom Patrol, Fantastic Four looking series. It's about a team of characters, all with weird powers.
Right.
And of course it's written by Gary Carlson, I guess edited and co-created by Chris Eckers, and it's being drawn by a guy named Ron C. Williams, who has been doing art in Big Bang Adventures, which is being self-published through Indie Planet,
Yes.
both print on demand and digitally. And from the work I've seen of his, he's a very good artist.
Yeah.
This looks like his biggest project to date, or at least the biggest I've seen. And the work he's done in Big Bang has all been very impressive.
Yeah, I think the concept is that like all of the heroes have some kind of handicap,
Yes.
And they all have like a power that kind of offsets that handicap.
I based on the preview images that I've been seeing, yeah, because there's this one kid who seems to be quadriplegic, no arms, no legs. Wait, that's not quadriplegic. I mean, he has no arms and legs.
Right. And then he generates them or something.
Yeah,
like power.
He has like energy limbs. So and there's I think there's one guy who actually has to like rip his skin off to become like this burn victim looking guy. I don't know exactly what his powers are, but it's but in order to use them, he has to rip his own skin off, which I assume grows back later. So yeah, it's an interesting looking series, but it's this Kickstarter was launched, like I said, about at the time of this recording 2 weeks, but at the time you hear it, it'll be in its last week.
Yeah.
As of right now, it has raised only $1,400 of its $4,800 goal. So it could use the help. If you want to support Gary, I highly advise hopping on Kickstarter's website, searching for the name Anomalies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the name Chris Eckers.
If you do Anomalies comic, it's the top result.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool reward tiers, too. I just wanted to hit those up real quick, especially since this is the Savage FINcast. We all know Gary Carlson's worked close with Erik, and so there's some tiers that include Savage Dragon comics. But the first one I wanted to hit, which is a cool tier, which I actually signed up for, is if you pledge $65, you can get a signed copy of Ram #1, which was an old Megaton comics character, and it actually has one of the first. It contains a pre-image mention and art of Youngblood.
Awesome.
And really, if you tried to buy this outright, they go for over $100. So now is your chance to kind of get it at half the price that it's going for, if that's of interest to you. I like the Ram character. I'm big into like the Megaton Big Bang universe, and so it's just a cheaper way to get in and get Ram and still get this cool Anomalies comic. And then on top of that, there's other pledges, like you can get a signed Savage Dragon 1/2, or you can get all the new Big Bang Adventure comics. I think there's like 5 issues that are out now in one tier, along with Anomalies. They also have the Wizard Ace edition of Megaton #3, which is Savage Dragon's first appearance in Megaton. It's cool comics that have been out of print for a while. So it's worth checking out if that's something that, Savage Dragon fans are into. It's a cool way to get a cool kind of reward and also support the comic. And there's also pages of original art from the comic that are available.
And if you're one of those cats with deep pockets, man, Craig, we got to talk about that sub. There's only one of them. If just under a K, you get.
Oh yeah, that's incredible.
It is 1 through 8 of Megaton and the Megaton Explosion and Ram 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And what's funny is isn't one of those comics like going for like 800 alone or something? 60.
I don't think it's that much, but the Megaton Explosion's got a very first appearance, I think, of Youngblood. That Ram #1's got one of those first Youngblood. The Megaton, yes, #3 is the first dragon outside of graphic fantasy, I guess. Or is it the first? I think it might be the first dragon. I'm not sure.
No, it's absolutely
not.
Graphic fantasy is absolutely where dragon's from.
Okay.
But it is one of the earliest appearances, and a lot of people mistakenly think it's his first appearance.
I think it always
it's got that
called
classic Dragon versus Vanguard cover.
There's a lot of Vanguard stories in those original Megaton runs. There's
it might be
E3N.
might be first Dragon on cover.
Maybe. E3N, which we'll see is, we see in the backups of Savage Dragon is featured in Megaton. Just a lot of cool shit with a lot of early appearances of Dragon and Youngblood. So it's a cool. I mean, you got to have.
Oh no!
You got to have some deep pockets, but it's a cool tier.
Yeah, big time, dude. It's really awesome stuff. Like, they kind of went all out on this.
Yeah.
So be a sport, man. Help them out. Get in there.
They don't have that. They don't have that far to go. $4,800 is pretty doable if we all pitch in.
And
Yeah,
I always like to say, even if you can't directly help, because I understand, like, things are fucked up, and people are unemployed, times are tough, etc. Dude, it means so much if you can just, like, share. Like, if you can't help directly, but you want to help, just share. Honest to goodness, just tweet or put it on your Facebook. It means more coming from you than it will from them any day of the week. Right. So if you can't give money, just help. Just get the word out.
And if you have the even if it's $5 to get the PDF, try it out. I mean, they're the Big Bang guys. You know their stuff's quality. Support some independent comic book creators. Give it a shot. We wouldn't do you wrong, would we?
We've never let them down yet. Well, time for our final news item. It was a sad day with many a heavy heart. Across the internet, thousands of Savage Dragon fans had their illusions of comfort and security shattered by UK-based braggart Gavin Higginbotham, who broke the news of a secret, unannounced, black and white con-intended exclusive variant of Savage Dragon 250. We were all naive in those simpler times before this earth-shattering revelation that our 250 variant collections were incomplete and thus invalid.
You could hear the collective screams and gnashing of teeth of completists everywhere.
It truly was an awful experience. I hope Gavin is happy. Eric, you should also be ashamed of yourself. Monsters, really. They seem to revel in it. They seem to really delight. A lot of people were just sad. I saw a lot of really, like, high emotions. But honestly, there's worse things in the world, I guess, than not having every Savage Dragon 250 variant. But not much.
So just on a serious note, this is a variant. It's just a black and white edition of Erik's 250 cover.
Right, and it was intended to be
a con exclusive.
And they had only 250. So you were going to be literally, the only way you could get these bad boys was to get them directly from Erik himself at a convention. And that's cool, actually. Jokes aside, that is pretty cool, because think what memorable kind of like a one-of-a-kind souvenir that would have been. Erik says he doesn't know what he's going to do. He says he has no idea. Maybe he'll wait. Maybe he'll try something else. He just doesn't know yet.
Obviously, because COVID is canceled.
Exactly. Yep. He's not going anywhere during COVID, which makes sense. And so the opportunity for him to distribute these as they were intended isn't there. So he just doesn't know. So not much of, I guess, news actually, but just something to know. If you're a con attendee, if you're an Erik Larsen fan, if you were collecting 250 variants, there's one hell of a. It's more rare than the Green Scorpion variant.
No, it's the same.
Were there 250 of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like to think that you're getting this one from Erik. It probably is better.
Doesn't mean it's more rare, dude.
That thing's just from some shitty. Well, okay.
Stop. You're wrong.
Stop. Moving along. That wraps up the news. But seeing as how this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Cast, I thought it might be fun if all of us party dudes, pizza loving party dudes, had a little real quick game of wits.
Wits.
So, it's a game of wits. Not really. Jim, Craig, you're going to be the contestants, but dear listeners, try not to wreck your car as you play along. It's an easy game, very short, just 12 questions. It's real or fake, and that way you both get to give me your real or fake, and I'll just keep up your tabs, and we'll see who wins here.
I see.
Wait, we say whether something's real or fake?
Right, yes. Right. Yeah. So we all know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there was a shit ton of toys. They started getting pretty wacky. There were some kind of really like out there Ninja Turtle toys. Your goal for this game, I'm going to give you a name of one of those toys. You just simply tell me whether it's real or fake.
I'm pressing a little X in or something?
Nope, you're not doing anything.
No, we both have to answer the
both
question. It doesn't
answer?
matter who answers first.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not a speed game. It's not. You both say real or fake, and I'll just tally up who got what right.
I'll just listen to Jim's answer first because he's the toy collector.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how your memories go.
Because believe me, I did not buy a lot of Ninja Turtle toys when I was a kid.
And anybody who remembers those toy lines remembers how fucking out there it got. Get ready. Okay.
The skateboard gecko is real.
Mondo Gecko. Nice memory.
Ace Duck is real.
Nice memory. Not on my list.
The trash can guy is real.
All right, let's let him tell his question.
Here we go. Get ready. Number 1. There's 12 of them, so we'll see how it shakes out. Number 1. Real or fake? Robo Shredder.
Real.
Okay.
Fake.
Are you typing, Craig?
Point to
No,
you.
not typing at all.
All right. Because Robo Shredder was fake. Number 2. Was he real or fake? Creepy crawling Splinter.
That sounds real.
Fake.
So, Jim, that's a point for you. He was real.
Fucking creepy crawly Splinter.
Creepy crawling Splinter. I don't know if you saw that toy, but it was a stupid fucking gimmick. At any rate, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Number 3, real or fake? Birthday Suit April.
Fake.
Well, I want to say fake, but something tells me trick question. True. Real.
Craig was correct. It is fake.
That's only real in Jim and Raven's imagination.
Only real in my dreams. Only real in my sweet, sweet dreams. Number 4, Bride of Frankenstein, April.
Real.
Real.
You both get a point. That was, believe it
Part
or
of
not,
the Halloween line.
There's
Part
gotta
of
be- Yeah, Halloween costumes and stuff like that seems right up its alley.
Part
Especially
of-
for
yeah.
the later stuff.
That's it. You nailed it. You nailed it, you geniuses. Yeah, there were Vampire Donatello and all kinds of shit. Number 5, Space Usagi Yojimbo.
Okay. What's your answer, Craig?
Uh,
Because I know this
fake,
answer.
because they did a regular Usagi. I don't think they
So
did a space.
super real as to be completely real.
So,
Ah.
Jim, you get a point. Craig, you said fake?
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't know they did a space one. I know they did a regular one.
There was a Space Usagi Yojimbo. Number 6.
Oh, we were talking just about the toys. I guess I didn't realize the toy was... I didn't remember if they made a toy or not. I just knew the comic was real.
Wait, you forgot we're doing a game about toys?
I thought we were doing a game about characters.
This is all about toys, man.
Oh, right.
Take that point away from him.
Yeah,
He's not
I
paying attention.
I should. You dumb luck you magooed your way into that one, Purcell. All right, number 6.
Wait a minute, we're talking about toys here?
Exactly. Ninja, huh? What? Number 6, real or fake? Hose 'em down, Dawn.
Fake.
I'll go real.
Craig, that was real.
Was he a
Hose 'em-
fireman?
Hose 'em down, Dawn. I think he was. Number 7, Mutagen Master. I
Real,
misread
real.
that.
Huh.
I misread that. Mutagen Monster.
Oh,
Real.
Real.
Sorry, I made that up. That's fake.
Oh,
There was a Mutagen Man. It's getting a little tricky from here on out.
that's garbage.
I know. Fuck you. You lose. You lose. Number 8.
We all lose.
We all lose with that one. Number 8. You gotta let me say the full thing. Don't say real or fake real quick, because these are we're getting in tricky territory. Leonardo, the Jim Lee sculpt.
Oh, fake.
Like, did it happen? Was it?
Did it
like,
happen?
is it-
The Jim Lee sculpt.
Real.
Craig, Jim was correct.
What? The sculpt happened?
That was the one
It
they
did
didn't
not.
make.
That's the one they didn't make. They did
They
everyone
made a
else.
sculpt?
Nope.
They didn't even do a sculpt?
They didn't even do the sculpt. But
Oh.
you got to understand.
That's a lie. I've seen it. Unless it's a fan made one.
No, we're talking about toys that made it to market, guys. Like, I'm
But
sorry.
that's what I just asked you. But the sculpt never makes it to market.
No.
This is bullshit.
You have to understand.
I'm done.
How else am I
flipping
supposed
this
to
table
refer
over.
to? How else am I supposed to refer to this Leonardo? He didn't
Well,
happen. Didn't make
I
it to
know
stores, loser.
I know they didn't make a Leonardo toy.
He did.
But you
Oh,
said sculpt.
too bad. Too
This is
bad.
garbage. This is pure garbage.
You better pay attention.
I knew you were trying to trick us, Raven.
That's good, dude. I'm glad. Because number 9, was this real or fake? Lickety split Leonardo.
Real.
Fake.
Craig, you get a point. Lickety split Leonardo was
What the hell did he do?
unbelievably real. He ate vagina. Next, number 10, Charlie Horse.
Fake.
Fake.
You both get a point. Good job. Sniffed it out, dudes. All right, number 11.
I
We're
don't think
almost
there was a
done.
horse Ninja Turtle toy.
I'm afraid to say. There's just too fucking many. Number 11, Toronto Dawn.
Toronto Dawn?
Yeah. Like P. Toronto. You know, dinosaur. Toronto Dawn. Was he real or fake?
Fake.
Oh, Toronto Dawn. Dawn.
Not Toronto.
No, like the dinosaur.
Toronto, like a dinosaur.
Oh,
Toronto
all
Dawn.
right. Real.
So, Jim gets a point.
I knew there were.
Get outta
I
here.
knew there
This
were
is
dino.
garbage.
I knew there were dino figures that sounded vaguely bad enough to be real.
Ugh.
Wingnut and Screw Loose 2-pack. Or packed in together. Real or fake?
Real.
Real.
You both get the point. And you know what? This is fucking crazy. But I'm counting this up. 7. So you both tied.
Of course we do.
Yeah, but
That's what we do.
your stupid Leo question.
You know what? Sorry. You tied.
This
Guess
is
what?
garbage.
I don't have a tiebreaker. So
This is Bush League bullshit.
What a damn squib.
I do have a tiebreaker. Fuck you, here it comes. It's not turtle toy related. What was...
False.
All right, true or false? True or false, was there
A Leonardo figure.
Good
False.
Lord, salty, bitter, sour. You're about to lose on principle.
Let's end this. Let's end this.
Did Teenage
travesty.
Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade feature a track from the Ninja Turtles live-action concert? True or false?
Holy crap.
We're talking about video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
but-
a toy,
But I
so-
don't even
Always
know the
comes
answer to
down.
this one. I'm going to say no.
I'm gonna say no too, just because we're still tied.
You're both
Screw
wrong,
you,
and you're
Raven.
still tied. Oh my God, dickheads, dickhead. You know what? That's how it ends. You're
When you
tied.
said the live show, you mean the coming out of our shells tour?
Yes,
Jesus
there's a.
Christ. That
Didn't they
fucking
just make
is-
toys for that? So you couldn't ask us about the toys
They
for that?
did
Raven?
just make toys for those.
I
Because
was trying to give you a tricky tiebreaker, you douchebags. You know what?
I think it's time for meat and potatoes.
Meat and
I
potatoes.
think Jim and I both win, and we get to like make you do something shitty.
No, you know what?
nobody
I-
wins.
I win because I made a game that was fun and entertaining, and the listeners loved it. Thank you, listeners.
I was just about to say, you win, the listeners lose on this one.
I've been checking. I don't think there's a mutant horse in Ninja Turtles. That's crazy.
Never? Like, even in the comics later?
I just googled Ninja Turtles and horse, and there's no horses. I mean,
Don't-
they ride horses, real horses, but there are no mutant horses.
Tiebreaker, true or false? Was there a Treasure Troll Ninja Turtle
Yes.
toy?
Well, the way that Jim said yes, I have to say yes too.
Still tied. God damn it. Yes. God damn it.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
of
not, when
course.
we're tied, true and false doesn't work because the other guy can just answer the same answer. And then
Until I'm
it
sure.
and it just goes either way, no matter what.
All right. You
Isn't
win.
there? Weren't there like Rockstar like Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, there was
that's
everything.
that's the coming
Horrible
out of your
lines.
shells tour turtles.
Dude, they had sumo and samurai and
They were
sports. like,
cavemen turtles. I had a
They were-
fucking caveman Michelangelo. It was awful.
they had fucking cartoon versions, but like the weird thing is they made the cartoon versions. They made toys that you needed, like Irma and Vern from the cartoon, But then the turtles that went along with those looked stupid as fuck and didn't look like the cartoon.
Oh.
So there were so many weird Ninja Turtle toys. Anyway, meat and potatoes.
The originals are always cool, though. I had some of the originals when I was a kid.
Those were good, dude. Turtle toys were high quality. They had a weird
In the beginning. Remember they had, like, they had a shitload of weapons, like stars and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, a little weapons holder.
Had that little rack.
I think those were some of the last action figures I got until I got too old for action figures.
Yeah, that would have fit. That was about some of the last great like action figure toy lines. They had other shit after, like they tried to do like Bucky O'Hare and stuff like that, but like Turtles was the last big thing.
That was in Turtles, Bucky O'Hare?
No. Still Playmates.
Toys, yeah.
Playmates
gotcha.
did that.
Well,
they had.
Playmates still exists, right? And they still make all the Ninja Turtle toys.
Do they?
Oh God, fucking yes! They just came out with a whole line of awful looking Godzilla figures.
I just would have thought like Nickelodeon owning Turtles would have just been like, fuck you, Playmates, and done their own thing.
They're still with Playmates. All the Turtle figures, except for the ones NECA make, which is a different license. But yeah, Playmates still makes the Turtle figures.
That's
wild. Didn't they make Zen?
Yeah,
Intergalactic Ninja too.
Sure. Yeah.
They did Earthworm Jim. Like Playmates did like all that weird shit. You know, I didn't put Ace Duck in there because I knew you'd both remember Ace Duck.
Ace Duck is the weirdest goddamn thing. You guys know the story of Ace Duck, right?
No.
Kinda.
He was created as like a filler character for the very first series of Ninja Turtle toys, and he wasn't in the show ever. And what they did, they described his job on the back of the box as he was the pilot of the Turtle Blimp.
Yeah.
And he's never seen in the show. They just threw him in there.
Nice try, guys. We know better.
I can't believe that, Raven, you didn't give us a Napoleon Bona frog.
You know, I knew you would know that. Jim would know it if you did.
My brother continued to collect, so I'm looking at these figures now, and I see so many I remember.
Was Napoleon Bona frog one of the frog mutant characters?
But his sculpt was a horn toad, not like in the cartoon.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the cartoon, they all looked like Genghis, but in the toy, Napoleon looked like a fucking horn toad. It was fucking crazy.
Dude, my brother had Muckman, who's like the garbage guy.
Yeah.
Pizza Face.
Did you guys have Mutagen? I actually eliminated Pizza Face because I knew you guys would know. Did you guys ever have the Mutagen Man? He was so...
No, I see him now. Remember, he had Mondo Gecko and he had Usagi. I didn't know they made a Fugitoid guy.
Yeah.
That's cool, because that's from like the comic.
Fugitoid's from Mirage era.
Yeah, that's why that's cool.
But he was in the cartoon
General
too, right?
Trag?
Yeah, can you believe it?
Ugh.
And the toy looked shitty compared to like the cartoon. Like it looked real shitty, dude.
Scumbug? I don't remember that guy.
Just made up. Some of the story on that was that like they were just, the cartoon was just like getting ideas from the toy company, and the toy company was getting ideas from the cartoon. So that's why those sculpts were so different, because the toy company was literally making up shit that without animation in mind.
Yeah.
And so they didn't give a fuck if a character could never be animated. You know what I mean?
I'm looking at these, and I think I only really knew the stuff from like the first 3 years, because once it gets into like the 1990s, they have characters I had no idea. So there's like Dirtbag, Round Chuck, Chrome Dome. Who the hell are these guys?
Just made up.
Super Shredder. I don't know any of these. You could have said any of these, and I wouldn't have known.
Did you see how like they didn't make Krang's body until like fucking years later?
Yeah, they just gave him a little like two-legged robo thing.
Right, which was cool. It was cool, but it's funny how long they waited to make Krang's body.
Yeah, a lot of crap. I just remember seeing shit as it got older and older, like in the late years, where they just started reaching for like themes. They almost made them like Barbie dolls, where they were each like Halloween theme and whatever it was, you know.
Well, that's the problem, because the very first year that they made them, they made every single character that mattered, and then like they had to keep going, and so instead, like, and it's not like there's going to be more important like hero characters, so that's where you got into stupid shit like Sumo Donatello, baseball Leonardo, and it's like,
yeah, right. I gotta tell you, the sculpt for the original Shredder is pretty freaking cool. I remember having that toy, and I really liked it.
Hunched over.
Yeah, like just I don't know. His pose was kind of neat. It was like pretty muscular and detailed.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool, dude. I figured you guys would enjoy a little trip down toy memory lane.
Yeah, that was fun.
Space Usagi.
Arctic Donatello.
I can't believe, I gotta be honest, Bride of Frankenstein April O'Neil, I had no idea existed. I saw the Monster Turtle toys. I didn't see Bride of Frankenstein April at all.
Bodacious Birthday Turtles.
What a stretch.
Cave Beast Bebop with Bodacious Brontosaurus. My God. All right.
Meat and potatoes time, right?
Cave Woman April. Yikes.
Can you imagine the poor bastard that got Vern as a gift? Yay, Vern. Huh. You shouldn't have. Happy birthday.
Oh, it's weird. There's Pteranodon and Tyranno Shredder. Like Tyranno. I thought you were saying like Tyranno, like Tyrannosaurus.
Oh no, it's like, Pteranodon is the pun.
Yeah. Which is, but they also have Tyranno Shredder, so it's almost the same thing.
That's why I made sure to specify. I said it's like P-Tyranno, like Paterano. Yeah. I was trying to goad you, Craig, into a mistake because of Tyranno Man.
Yeah. Instead, you goaded yourself into a mistake.
You played yourself.
Sculpt Leo.
I just don't see how I lost. I'm sorry. You guys lost. You're the contestants. You lost. I won.
No whammies, stop. All right, let's get to this meat and potatoes this episode.
There is a lot to get through, so let's rock.
A lot of meaty potatoes, dudes. Issue 21. Bomb-ass cover. We always do this. Did you guys go for cover B, which is the original print cover, or did you go for cover A?
I have all the original series, so I have cover B, which is like the Fosco Larsen covers. So I gotta go with just the new Fosco covers.
My shop didn't have it.
One downside of digital, I don't have a choice. I got the A covers.
Oh, just Hortus. Hortus is very prominently featured on the B cover. So.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, very prominently.
Yeah. Pimp goes Goddard jumping off a building.
Mm.
I do love all the Kevin Eastman covers, I gotta tell you.
Which he did a good job.
I've been saying it all along. They're the incentive covers, but if you have the print copy, they show you on the inside cover. And I've just been enjoying how he's been like taking scenes from all these books and making cool covers.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is cool that he is an artist that takes the initiative to draw something that's inside the comic.
Yeah. And it's just cool seeing like the original artist kind of doing his take.
Yeah, it's weird. I was talking to an artist buddy about it. Like, it's weird that all these years later, Kevin Eastman doesn't really have clones. Like, pretty much when you see a Kevin Eastman piece, you know he did it, is what's so funny.
It's weird. I always feel like his stuff feels a little amateur in a way, but still really awesome. I don't know if you guys get that. Like, I know he's a great artist.
Absolutely.
And I really enjoy it, but he's like, he's not as polished as most.
And he never was. But
I think that's what makes his turtle stuff look great, though, for some reason.
What's
I don't know what it is.
It's funny because, like you said it, like you can't say that he's a bad artist at all because, like, he's got like perspective and foreshortening. He's got like cool character designs, great compositions. Like his work's covered in like shadowing and cross hatching. But yeah, dude, there's a weird kind of primitiveness to it, and I don't know, it fucking looks cool to me.
Yep.
Previously on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo Leatherhead and Casey are trying to stop the Triceraton invasion, but things are looking grim. Meanwhile, Donatello finds himself in hot water at the Museum of Natural History. And I think that this is a funny gag of this guy running down the stairs yelling help, and everybody thinks he's drunk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Drinking your lunch again.
Yeah. I like it.
Security guard running because Donatello and Hortus are fighting with the Triceraton.
And
It's a great splash page, dude.
Yeah, the Triceraton gets die-hearted.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the gag is that the security guard's screaming because the dinosaurs are coming to life in the museum.
Yeah, it's good, dude. I like that. I like that gag. Horde is still being a fucking butthole because she's trying to learn about her past.
Yeah, this is the weird subplot running through this. Is that Triceratons have implied that she is like related to them in some fashion, and so now she's desperate to find out more about her origins. So here in the opening, she like gets caught in a teleporter field and like vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know where she's gone.
Triceraton homeworld.
Indeed. I think it comes back around, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it does. We'll get there. Donatello's pretty sad, though, because he's pretty sure he just lost Mikey's girlfriend and a member of the SOS. So, not good for him. Gets the fuck out of there. And meanwhile, back in the sewers, we get to see Casey and the gang duking it out with a bunch of Triceratons. Lots of kick-ass action here.
Yeah, I love that scene where Casey Jones is like, this bozo just sprouted feathers. He's like, wait, those are arrows. It's like, all of a sudden, you turn the page and it's this great splash of like Raphael leading the Foot Clan.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. You just got that awesome, like, Triceraton smashing into a cop car, and now this sweet double page spread. Oh, it's so good, dude. I like the coloring choice to give the Foot Clan red eyes.
Yeah, what's the difference? Some of them have that, like, I don't know how to describe it, like a Cyclops type connected eye visor thing, and some have just two red dots.
Oh, you mean the foot?
Yeah.
What did I say?
The little eye window.
Yeah.
Sorry. What did I say? Did I not say the foot?
Yeah, you said it.
Yeah, I'm just.
Right.
I'm just
Jim was looking for horse mutants.
I was thinking the. Never mind. What I was thinking. I actually think that's to distinguish them between regular foot grunts and
Generals or
the elite guard.
Gotcha. Raphael's still sporting the Shredder costume, which I think is cool.
Yeah, it's badass, dude. I love it. I think it's a cool visual. A one-armed Leo stumping it up.
Yeah, it's crazy too. Like, Leo doesn't wear his like little bandana in this.
Yeah, it's funny. Frank and them were like making sure that every turtle looked distinct. I guess that was just their way, other than the one hand.
Well, I think at this point, Michelangelo is the only one that wears a bandana.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's pretty weird.
He's a party dude.
And of course, he wears the red bandana because comic turtles wear only red.
That's right.
Because they're the coolest. And I think, well, I don't know. It was in black and white, so I guess in black and white it makes more sense to take the mask off some characters to make them distinct from moment to moment.
Right.
But the thing about the turtles in comics is that when initially created, the whole idea was you could tell which turtle was who by the weapon they carried.
So they just never put him down.
Right.
Well, you got to think, if you're having a waist-up shot, you got, Raph with the ripped-up face, you got Donnie with the cyborg face. So to make Leo and Mikey different from the waist up, you got to do something. So, yeah, Leo with the mask off, that's what's up. But, yeah, they're bashing up these guys. Leatherhead's just getting fucking more and more primitive. He's just eating the shit out of Triceratons. I gotta admit, I only ever knew the cartoon, like,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that Cajun
This
thing.
I guarantee.
Exactly. Oh, I'm only some turtle. So I had no idea that Leatherhead was so fucking awesome, dude. I didn't know he could, like, rip up fucking Triceratons. Like, they're kind of, like, series badass. He's just eating them left and right.
Is he just like, what's his, does anyone know what his origin is in Ninja Turtles? He's not like a New Orleans guy.
No, he's just a mutant alligator. I think he's just a sewer alligator who got mutated.
And,
mon chéri.
And his connection was that he was with the Ultrams. That's why he has that fondness with the Doctor.
Yeah.
Because their experiments led to his creation, and so he has intelligence. But he's been regressing because of his mutagen. Like, he's becoming more animal-like.
Gotcha.
That's his little subplot in this comic. I gotta admit, Mikey's super long nunchuck.
Yeah. What is up with that? Is that at first I thought maybe it was like some kind of staff that extends,
Right.
but then there's like that one panel where like the chain links are like a mile long, and it's like
Yeah, dude, they're so
that
long.
looks a little weird.
Those are the longest nunchucks in history. But it's good, though. I love the visual of it, and it's actually kind of cool how on the other panel, the electricity's just fused all the links together. I think that's cool as shit.
The Triceratons are trying to come through the portal that Leatherface and Dr. X built.
Yep.
Trying to come through some more. Dude, once they bust it, like that following page when the battle's done and you read that a bunch of Foot Clan guys died, and then Raphael just pulls up the headless, like the head of the Triceraton guy.
Yeah,
it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, dude. He's so like, it's like, goddamn, Raph, that's brutal, man. Cool, but rude. I'm sorry.
Boom.
I'm not sorry.
Dude, you've been holding on to that one.
I know, it was perfect. I had to. Yeah, man. I'm glad you commented on that, because as I was doing a reread for the FINcast, I was like, holy shit, dude! I forgot. That's like pretty wicked. Yeah, they kind of have a little reconciliation. They were on the outs with Raph, but Raph came to the rescue, and he saved their fucking ass. And everybody's going to kind of like admit that, hey, maybe Raphael, being in charge of the Foot isn't so bad because they'd kind of been fucked without him. And so it's kind of a cool little like moment there. Leatherhead, he's sort of like, hey, dude, sorry I was like becoming a beast. Dr. X says, no problem, we can fix your machine. Calm down, it's all good. And then we got... Donnie from the air car calling April. And he sends her to check on old Splinter, who's downstairs tied up with a phone cord. It seems like he's just going through shit left and right in this series.
Yeah, like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. And then Jim.
Yeah.
You're wondering if we ever got to see what happened to good old Sarah. Well, here you go.
Yep, she comes back, they turn the machine back on, and she's back through the portal. Demanding answers.
Mm-hmm. With the most effective interrogation technique, a punch to the eye.
Then your boy Leatherface takes out that Triceraton, just chomping away. That's a pretty brutal 6 panels.
Fuck yeah, dude. Brutal. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that giant lizardy fuck just eating up that Triceratops. Pretty badass, man. And of course,
then that's the end of him.
Yeah, they're just like, holy shit, dude, he's brutal as hell. And even Dr. X is like, yeah, he's pretty crazy these days.
And I don't think he shows back up after he gets teleported.
No, dude.
No, that's kind of left up in the air. I mean, I think it's implied he may have went to their homeworld.
Yeah, which is where he was trying to get to anyway, but with Dr. X.
No, I mean not the Uton homeworld. I mean the
Triceratops.
Triceratons, gotcha.
Yeah, it did.
And so that leaves Dr. X kind of behind with the Turtles for the rest of the series.
Yep.
Right.
And of course, that whole like subplot with, I don't know if you call it a subplot, but Horridus and Mikey are like reunited.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
It's a subplot.
They're getting all kinky.
Listen, I'm just saying, if someone was to commission a more detailed, artwork of their relationship, I would, just DM me.
That you would draw it?
Nah, man, I want to see it. I want to do the work.
Wow.
I want to be the audience. I want to be the creator. Just DM me. I'm just saying, if you create that, just shoot it in my DMs. That's all. Yeah.
And we get the little Raphael scene heading back, and the Praetorian Guard surrounds him.
Yeah, so he's had his moment of like showing that he's a great leader and can reconcile with the Turtles, and then things take a turn.
Yeah, from hero to zero pretty quick. Like, it's funny because this poor bastard just wants to be like top dog so bad, and like it's just not happening for you, Raph. You just gotta let it go, man.
I do like this subplot. So we got the Japanese
branch of the Foot, yeah,
which is probably the main branch,
right?
And they're just like coming back to New York, like, no, this is a franchise. You can't just
walk in, put on the hat.
And they tell him, they're like, dude, you got a challenger anyway. And, like, even if it doesn't matter, because guess what? Here's this bitch saying that she has the rights. And who do we see? But every teenage turtle's wet dream, Pimlico. Guys.
With her crazy 90s hair.
Her hair is ridiculous.
Well, I was going to ask you. Does Pimlico's look do it for you?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a real fan. I mean, it's
too many straps.
It's a remnant of the 90s.
Yeah.
That little tiny useless cape.
Yeah.
I mean, I like how ripped her bod is, but her costume is awful.
Well, can I say, though, somebody was shitting on the ponytail? In 22, I think the ponytail proves its worth.
Yeah, well, I actually don't mind the ponytail so much. It's more like everything else.
It was like every villain in the 90s had that Gideon ponytail thing.
Yeah. I wonder what was the inspiration. I feel like that's a case for, like, the Kayfabe boys or Michelle Fife to be, like, dig up, like, what movie influenced, like, the really long ponytail blade.
Can I tell you that last page, I really like how the foreground is drawn on Raphael. Like how Raphael looks, the back of Raphael. It looks just like really clean.
Well,
and the coloring looks awesome.
They put it through a 4-color filter to give it those, well, no, maybe it's just Zipatone.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. It just...
Which one are we talking about?
On the last page, Raphael.
The very last page
in the foreground.
Where Pimlico shows up.
If you zoom in, but if you look closely, you'll see there's a pattern to the coloring specifically on him. Yeah. It's either a zip tone sort of thing going on, or I think they've put it like a newsprint style, like 4-color.
I really like the inking of it. It just looks clean and awesome. I
love
the way the blades on the shoulder pads look.
Yeah. In print, that tone you're talking about, Jim, is so subtle, dude.
Oh
yeah.
You can barely see it in print.
it is prominent when you zoom into the smallest pixel.
I see it, but like, dude, it's real subtle. I think what's really cool, what he really did, what's great about it, man, Craig, I'm glad you said it, dude. We'll shower that last page with some love. And, Frank did a good job on this whole issue. He's did a good job in this whole series. And you got Adam bringing it with the colors. Because
washing out the guys in the background.
Exactly, dude. He's created the 3 layers of depth there. Like, they're in the far distance. She's in the midground. Raph is in the foreground. It's beautiful, dude.
Kind of wonder what those background guys look like in the original black and white.
There's probably no depth to it. It's just inked regular. I could pull it up, but I don't have it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I do like they are elite foot, which is why they have that design. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool, dude. I like their hats. I like it. I think it's cool.
So this issue is just kind of fun because you get a really good early fight scene with the Foot fighting with the Turtles, and then of course you get Raph's fight with the Foot. There's a lot of action in this series, and then you get that cliffhanger with now Raph's got to fight this chick for the fate of the Foot.
Yeah, dude, good action, good all-around issue. Like, fucking solid as a rock.
You know what I wish these IDW comics had, though? Like, I don't know if you guys got the Scioli Transformer issues.
Talking about robots?
I got them.
Transformers.
Yeah. Wait.
Transformers.
Okay. Wait.
I think it was G.I. Joe Transformers.
Oh, okay. Wait, no. Tom Scioli. So the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover.
Did not get it.
And the last couple of pages, they had like a little interview with the creators or a write-up about like what they were thinking or different pages or I wish they would have took the opportunity on this to kind of have like a kind of a director's notes or whatever you want to call it,
Agreed.
Some kind of discussion between Frank and Gary Carlson, like looking back.
Or even
that would have been cool.
Even bring in Adam, who, like I said, like he had to throw in a shit ton of work.
Yeah.
Like, he had to go back and recolor, like, I mean, lots and lots of pages. So, yeah, I think it's a missed opportunity too. IDW,
because they definitely did it before. It wouldn't be like setting a precedent. Like I said, Scioli did it on his. So, again, I think, especially since, for these first 23 issues. they're not really paying for any new work. It's just reprinting stuff. So it would have been fun to dedicate a page or two of just a creator discussion.
Agreed. Total missed opportunity. Whoever's the head of IDW, President Chris Ryall, I'm calling you out. You fucked up, Chris.
You done goofed.
Do better.
So shall we move on to issue 22?
Yeah, man. And again, I assume then, Craig, that you went for cover A over cover B.
Yes.
Okay. Well, my comic shop didn't
I got to
get
tell
me
you
cover B.
guys,
I
I get both covers because I'm an idiot, but
That's okay. Do you get the retailer incentive cover as well?
no.
It's cool on this one.
I don't know how you get that if you have to order like 10 issues or whatever it is, but I'm not sure.
Eastman did a really good job with that one. Like Raph's size are on each of Pimlico's blades. Oh, it's good, dude. That's a good cover.
Yeah, I'm not as big of a fan of the A cover. I mean, it looks fine.
Agreed. It's okay, but I do think the other covers were better.
You know, I absolutely love Fosco, but honestly, I don't know if Fosco drew the original covers and Erik just inked them, or if Erik kind of sketched them out. They feel more like Erik compositions on the from the original series.
Right, because he did did he pencil them or lay them out or?
I'm not sure if he laid them out. I think Frank penciled them and Erik inked them, but I'm not sure if Erik laid it out. Like I said, it feels like they're Erik layouts when I look at them.
Agreed. Again, it's all guesswork, but agreed.
Yeah.
Piecing it together.
They're both good. I tend to favor the original covers more on this series. But like I said, it's good to have new covers. So.
Bring. What the? My hand, it's bionic.
Yeah, this is a cool little opening where you don't know what's going on. And they make it seem like it's a dream, but I also feel like it's a dream influenced by what's really happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big time, dude.
So just for the listeners, he's got his little bionic hand where he had a stump. This is Leonardo.
Mm-hmm.
He has a dream where the stump, the robots are trying to take his body over. And he wakes up with kind of Donatello shaking him awake.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing because in his dream, it's kind of a cool like juxtaposition. Because in his dream, like cyborg turtles are attacking him, his hand grows into. It's kind of foreshadowing, hint, hint, wink, wink. But his hand grows into robot turtles, and they try to attack him. And when he wakes up, he's being attacked by Donatello, who looks like a robot turtle. So it's kind of like I really like that. I really think that's kind of.
And then he looks
clever.
down and he's got a robot hand.
Right. Now I do have to say. How could Leo possibly have forgotten that? Even Donatello is like, "Did you forget? We fitted you with this yesterday. How you can forget?"
Trauma does weird things. Honestly, Leo's been kind of a little too cool about losing his hand, in my opinion.
He's pretty freaked out in this sequence.
Well, he's more freaked about being controlled by a robot than actually losing his hand.
I don't know, dude.
Which is a weird hang-up.
Well,
you're a mutant
I guess
turtle,
when you're a ninja and you fight with swords all the time, you kind of expect something's going to happen sooner or later.
Right. We go back to the Raph Pimlico duel about to begin. You get to see that Raph actually has kind of a little bootlick, a little guy kissing his butt. His little flunky is named Honshu.
Honshu.
So Honshu's got the Cyclops window. He's just really kissing Raph's butt real hard. Just comes important, just down the line. Raph decides he's gonna skip wearing the Shredder armor for the fight because symbolically he wants to be the one to win on his own. He gives himself that super cool head wrap. And guys, I think they ripped that off.
It's only got one eye too, which is cool.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's what I mean. It's fucking cool looking. And I think they ripped that off for some other later Turtle series, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
on TV?
Cartoon.
Something. Like, I remember seeing this.
One of the newer cartoons has that.
Yeah, the full head wrap. I remember seeing that later.
Like one of the new, like the Nickelodeon cartoon.
But at any rate, I think Pimlico we were ragging on her looks, but I think she looks cool as shit in this page here.
Yeah. Yeah, her arms look cool.
Yeah, dude. Looks very cool. You're talking about Larsen inspired, like really definitely,
Yeah.
like you can feel it, man. And maybe I'm just a filthy pervert, but I thought that was a dirty joke until I read the full like word volume out there.
Which way are you talking about?
I'd rather be bending the other direction. I was like, whoa, whoa, oh, okay, you're telling her to kiss your butt. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know I'm stupid. Yeah, this is a good fight though, dude. I love the action here. Like the Pimlico Raph fight was pretty fucking awesome.
Yep.
They go hard. I think Frank really delivers, and the ponytail is cool in this sequence too.
Got the little grappling hook.
Mm-hmm. How goddamn strong do you have to be to use nothing but your neck strength to throw a giant turtle?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Pimlico's a
little bit
brute,
silly,
dude. Head game strong as hell.
Yeah.
And also, too, guys, I'm sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but isn't Frank really gave us some fucking hilarious turtle faces in this series? And Leo looking at the hand.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's so good.
He's like disgusted.
Yeah, he's like, ugh.
I also love the big like Donatello coming in at the last panel, the big chunky teeth.
Mm-hmm. You know, they've made toys. We kind of like in the quiz we talked about like how many turtle toys. Dude, I'd love to see some of these as toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some Urban Legends toys like Cyborg Donnie.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be cool as fuck.
I mean,
patch,
I'm sure if they're putting out of our shell tour figures, I'm sure they're desperate for something new.
Dude, I'm telling you.
That would definitely work though. You'd get, Leo with like the arm stump with the hand stump with the sword at the end of it. You'd get you could even have Shredder Ralph, or you could have Ralph that's scarred up with the patch.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. You know, Raph could have a few looks, dude.
Yeah.
Like he could have that like ripped up like hamburger face. Like he could have this like one-eyed bandana thing. Like you said, Shredder armor.
Did they ever make a Casey Jones figure with like the red, white, and blue mask?
Not that I'm aware of, but again, another opportunity to make a really cool toy.
Yeah. Yep.
Listen, I'm just saying, here we have Mikey and Hortus. They're on the couch. They're getting some smooches in. If anybody wants to commission this, and shoot it into my DMs. Because I'm here for it, man. I'm here for these turtle boys getting their swerve on.
Well, this isn't even the most compromising they've been, right? Oh, no. You know what I'm thinking of?
The Savage Dragon issues?
Yeah, but I'm thinking of the time Hortus tried to give Dragon a blowjob.
Oh.
I thought that was Mikey for a minute.
Hortus, the original
Mikey
Maxine.
has definitely been in Savage Dragon.
Yes.
With Hortus when she was living with Sharona Jackson.
Yep.
With Rapture.
Jokes aside, I think it's cool. I like that Hortus and Michelangelo have this kind of relationship.
It is fun.
He's a teenager, dude.
I mean,
It makes sense.
exactly. I don't know if other issues have shown them having a relationship with other characters or anything.
I think it's cool.
Well, here's the thing. I can't think of anything from the original Mirage series, but in the series that followed this one, Michelangelo does get into a relationship with an alien princess who is dinosaur-like.
Oh, so you say they might have been...
See, the tyrant... Oh, what are they called?
Terrans or something like that.
No, the
The Triceratons.
Triceratons have like a sister race that don't have horns.
Oh, weird.
And so, like, the princess of their world and Mikey get into a relationship.
I do not like the idea of a Triceratops without horns. It's like the whole point of them.
But there's other armored... Sorry, let me start over again. Triceratopses are just one kind of armored dinosaur of that type. There are like a whole bunch of them that don't have horns or have one horn.
No, there's some that don't have any.
Although I think there's new science that says they may actually be all the same species, just at different points in their development.
I hate modern dinosaur science. I know this is not necessarily
feathers
on
rule,
topic.
dude. I love
I
love dinosaur feathers.
They fucking suck. Lizard dinosaurs all the way.
Giant fucking chickens.
Cold-blooded dinosaurs are the worst, dude. Warm-blooded means they can do more stuff.
Yeah.
Like look
Well,
lame.
you guys ever see like chickens running around? They look like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Vicious fuckers tearing apart shit.
Yep.
Or some of those like fucking like island birds that are, I don't know, in Indonesia or whatever, that have giant fucking claws that just like eviscerate you.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that dinosaurs and birds are from the same family tree.
Turtles have beaks. I'm just saying, weird shit happens. So do squids.
But anyway, about the romance stuff, Mikey definitely seems to be the guy who gets into romance stuff.
Yeah, dude, he's the party dude. He's gonna want to, party. It just makes sense, and I like that he is having relationships. I am gonna pick on this tangent.
Oh yeah.
Frank created a tangent where Mikey's shoulder and Hortus's boob. It's too close to call. It's just too close to call.
That's definitely a boob, not a shoulder.
Yeah, no, it looks like a shoulder, not a boob to me.
Really?
It looks, yeah.
Oh, I see. It's a miscolored shoulder to look like a boob.
But then look at that turtle hand up there.
Oh, no, that's her hand. Wait, no.
No.
Wait.
That's his hand supposed to be wrapped around her.
Yeah,
her shoulder.
His hand is around her shoulder, and she is holding the remote. So it's not a miscolored hand.
No, everything's colored right, but it looks crazy as hell.
But it looks like a shoulder, but it's really her boob.
Right.
Yep. I'm just saying tangents.
And by it looking like his shoulder, her hand looks miscolored.
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying, once you look at that tangent and it hits your eye, it's hard to unsee, dude. I mean, everything's right, but it just looks weird. That's all. Anyway,
this goddamn lizard killing subplot.
Yeah, dude.
Never heard of like such a big deal for this guy.
They killed a bunch of kids. That was the point of it.
Yeah. Still seems a bit overblown.
It's only 10,000. It's not that much.
And I thought the plot with the mob boss wanting to get Casey Jones' daughter ended. I thought the turtles talked to him and he backed down.
I know. I got to tell you, I have to agree that these two panels at the end of this, I was like, wait, what? Like, that is trying to reopen that can of worms that felt very much closed.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yep.
But
agreed. Yep.
Unless I'm forgetting something.
No, I don't think you are.
Nope.
As far as I recall, that one was done, and
Dunsky.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's my daughter. Get it back. Go get back my angel. I'm like, what the hell? What? So yeah, that's a little wild. We go back to this fight with Pimlico and Raph. He cuts the awesome ponytail off. I mean, how humiliating. He tries to basically play by his own rules. Then be like, I don't have to kill her, dude. We can learn from her. And they're like, nah, you need to kill her. And he's like, fuck you guys. Go back to Japan. The foot are mine. And everybody laughs at him. It's got to feel bad. He's just a teenager, guys. Shitty.
But it's a key point in the series because he basically spared her life.
Right.
Which I guess now she'll have some loyalty to him.
Yeah, he basically showed he's not bloodthirsty, and also too the whole thing is he's been trying to distinguish his brand of the foot as somehow superior, morally.
Also heroic.
Yeah, morally and ethically. But it's just not working, dude. The foot from Japan, they want shit run the way they want it, and so they order him to fucking take him down, and then we get to see.
So, can I ask you guys something? We see Splinter back here.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with Splinter previously where he was tied up?
See, that's what...
I think that was Pimlico.
Oh, and she escaped.
Because
something?
if I remember, hold on, I can just check real quick. Hold on, I'm going to mash through real quick. I'm 99% sure him and Pimiko had a little heart-to-heart. Yes, that's what I know. Oh wait, no, she left.
They had her captured for a while.
Okay, so the thing with Splinter being tied up makes no sense based on the context of the previous issue. Yep. Nope, nothing there. Nothing to explain it.
I don't get it. And he was like hurting or something, and now he's fine. I don't know.
Here's the thing, spoilers.
I'm missing something.
We do actually know later why he would be so weak. There's actually contextually a story reason why he's so weak. Why he was tied up with phone cord? I don't know. Got to be honest.
If, any listener knows, write in, let us know.
There is no explanation for it as best I can tell. Because as I said, in the issue prior, him and Pimiko and Casey Jones had a little heart-to-heart. But in that scene, Pimiko just kind of leaves after kicking Casey in the chest and does not... Maybe she came back.
It's off scene. She tied him up before she left?
No, but again, Casey was there when she left. And I can't imagine why she would go back just to tie him up.
Yeah, I don't get it. That was just a quick thing.
I agree. I'm glad you brought it up because, dude, it confused me too. Just so you know, it's not just you.
I don't know if they knew the series was canceled by this point. Maybe they just dropped it.
I don't know. I do like the scene, though, where Splinter shows up and whacks the couch, startles Mikey and Horridus while they're making out. And good old Rock is there to take her back to the SOS.
Again, those Fosco turtle faces. Dude, so good, dude. Mikey getting caught.
Yeah.
And the words owl, smooch, tee-hee, smurp.
Yeah, weird.
It's good, dude. It's funny. It's good. This is good stuff.
What's the little crane guys called?
Dr. X. Oh, they're
what's their
Utrons.
Utrons, yeah.
That's a cool scene of him and Splinter playing chess, and he's in his little water bucket thing.
You gotta imagine, how intimidated are you to play chess against a literal
giant
fucking brain? A literal brain. If I'm not mistaken, that's the end of the SOS in this.
Yeah, I don't think we see him again.
I don't think we see him ever again. So that's kind of memorable and noteworthy as well. Although they're mentioned. He just briefly mentions getting to third base with Horridus, which is funny. But at any rate, yeah, it's cool too. I don't know, guys. I love watching Raph use this ponytail. I'm sorry. I think it's awesome. It's just whipping the shit out of these foot soldiers and stuff.
Right.
I love it. I love the visual of it. It's funny.
I love all the purple hues on his fight scene and stuff.
Yeah.
It makes it feel dark, ninja-like. It's good stuff.
And, Raph is I mentioned Hanju earlier. Like, he's fucking getting turned on by everyone. Even the dude that was kissing his ass. Like earlier, Honshu told him, like, dude, if Pimiko kills you, I'll kill her. And he's like, nah, don't do it. And now all it took was the Japanese foot to be like, kill him. And even the dude that was like kissing his ass is like, fuck you, trying to kill him. So, yeah, everybody is totally turned on him.
Right, and then this guy Chang, who Raphael calls his best friend in the world outside his brothers, which is weird.
Well, he's the one who saved Splinter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chang is the one who has, quote, is like a witch doctor. So he basically, this is the foot's medicinal, like he can enter the astral plane, like this guy is like pretty high up there, pretty like serious. So it kind of makes sense that he would be like a mentor figure almost. So it makes sense.
And he turns on him, and then we get the big reveal.
Lady Shredder is not Pimiko. Lady Shredder is a mystery. So
yeah, first we think it's Pimiko, but then Pimiko shows up.
Mm-hmm. It's a good double fake out, dude. I love it. And I think Lady Shredder looks cool as shit. Talk about a toy. Talk about like
she definitely looks a lot better than Pimiko.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate the name though.
What, Lady Shredder?
Yeah. Nah.
She herself says, "Just call me Shredder." So
I understand why they say it because you want to evoke the Shredder again, but I don't know.
Shredded cheese. Well, what would you have had him be called?
Yes, Craig. Well,
the Grater.
uh,
No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I kid. No, maybe just Shredder, and then be like,
yeah,
our new Shredder.
Shredder would be just better.
Well, like I said, the next issue she says, "Call me Shredder," so
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. I get why you have to say it. It's just because it's obvious that it's a woman and stuff, and so I don't know. Maybe you don't have to say it, but
Issue 23, guys. We were shitting on covers A's and cover B. I like cover A actually. I don't like it.
I do.
I don't necessarily like it better than B or whatever else, but I really like this cover. It's a good cover.
yeah. I don't like the Eastman cover on this as much, although it's kind of a cool close-up on Raph chained up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't go hard enough on the mutilated mouth.
Right.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Like
Although it's there.
It's on there a little, but like I said, he didn't go hard enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, go hard, dude. Give him that meaty mouth.
That meaty mouth.
Give him that meaty mouth, dude.
Those bacon lips.
Mm-hmm. You get to see Leo. He's trying to adapt to his hand, but guys, it's just not so easy to fight with a katana in your fake hand. And
Yeah.
we get to see some good comedy. I think there's like good comedy here with the hand. Like, man, Gary's a good writer, dude. That's all I'm saying. Like where he said, "Give me a hand," and he just throws the fucking hand down.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. But they're trying to get Dr. X a body like the ones that the Utrons were in when they very first appeared, where they pop into the abdominal cavity of these robots. Because with
Yeah,
Leatherhead
cool.
gone, he was just bossing Leatherhead around, but now he needs some way to, do things. So, very cool. They fix his little body. And guys, I gotta tell you, it seems weird to me that Leo is like so scared about like robo hands, but is cool with this cap.
Oh, it's just a cap.
Yeah, but where's the sword coming from if it's not living
Yeah.
metal?
Well, it's like a switchblade. Well, not I don't know. It's actually a little bit too long.
It doesn't
It's
work.
too long to be that. I guess I don't know. It is too long.
It's got to be
Is
living
it made
metal.
out of that? Oh yeah. Wait.
It's got to be living metal, but like, bros,
I think it's supposed to be like a Wolverine thing. I guess it's supposed to be like deeper into his arm.
no way,
Yeah. That's just
No way.
doesn't work.
no way, dude. That would hurt like so much. Like,
Yeah. It's just comics, dude.
yeah, I guess that is. I guess you got to let it go. But I mean, is the stump living metal? Like, I don't know.
No, he doesn't want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he doesn't want living metal, but goddamn, dude, he just switchblades that. I don't know. It does say snicked. I guess you're right, Jim. Whatever.
That's my guess. Is it's just extending from his forearm.
It's just comics. And then we get to see, guys. I think these faces on these people are funny. I think like Fosco does a pretty funny Casey Jones here.
Yeah, I mean, his humans are kind of weird, like Shadow on the previous page.
But it's fine.
She's got like a really like grown up face.
The Casey bits work.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in the teller, like talking to him, like I'm okay with that. I think that marble looks cool as shit.
Yeah.
I find Casey a really unlikable character.
Well, he's
in this
kind
series.
of a doofus.
Thank you.
He's a
No,
giant dumbass.
He's a fucking prick, though, dude. With all the beer and stuff constantly.
Yeah. They're always worried that he's gonna spend all his money on beer.
And he's irresponsible as fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's a street tough with a heart of gold.
I don't like him. I'm with you, Craig. I do not like Casey Jones in this series. He's a fucking D-bag. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you, dude. And like, it's funny too. It seems like every plot he's involved in, he's just a total like arrogant moron. Like, it's okay, April. I don't care if I lose my job. Who cares? I'll get another job. I'm like, you're an idiot, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, we never see it, but I really hope, like, in my head canon, April just wises up. She could do better. Why are they together? They don't seem alike.
Yeah.
Well, in this she's a kind of a different character in this universe than your traditional Aprils.
Right.
She's like a scientist or a science assistant.
Baxter Stockman's assistant, to be specific.
Correct. And, like, I don't know. I guess she just likes his street tough ways.
I don't know. Seems like
she likes being smarter than this guy.
You can do better. You can do so much better. Ladies, if you're an April O'Neil type character and you're with a guy who's, always fighting sewer mutants for money instead of going to work, getting fired from his job.
Her best friends are a bunch of turtles. Her prospects are minimal.
Just do better. That's all I'm saying. Do better.
Do you guys find that the art in this issue is a lot looser than previous issues?
It is.
A little bit, yeah.
Yep, it is. But it's hard to say what was actually going on at the time that this was published.
Right. Well, this being the last issue of the time.
Right.
Forever.
Yeah, no, you're right, Craig. There's definitely some loosey-goosey, fast and loose going on. It's not bad, though. It still looks good.
Yeah, I'm not. It's just a lot. It just seems a lot looser.
It is, for sure. Hard to say what the criteria was. The Turtles have a shared birthday, which I think is a funny plot I never thought of, but they just celebrate it all at once.
Well, they're brothers and they're turtles. They all hatch at the same time.
Right.
You know what? I know what the difference is.
In the looseness?
Yeah.
Cool, let us know.
All the previous issues had an inker. This is all Frank Fosco.
Oh.
I know, like, the inkers must have changed, too, at some point, because it was Andrew Pepoy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And now it looks like the issues we're looking at, like, 21-22 is Mark Heike, Heike. But then I'm looking at the last issue, 23, and it just art Frank Fosco, no inker.
Well, there you go, dude. Your art's gonna look different when you're inking yourself.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I'm glad you sleuthed it out. I want to hear those. I don't want to hear those readers coming off all condescending like. So they're having this birthday party. They're enjoying it. We get a nice little plot. I like this subplot. I like the idea of Mikey being a writer and April working with him. I like that. I like that subplot. Because Mikey, to be honest, everyone else is like getting their fucking arms cut off and like, becoming cyborgs and leading the Foot Clan. And it's kind of cool that Mikey's just like, hey, dude, I'm going to get a girlfriend. I'm going to write a book. I don't know. I like Michelangelo in this series.
Yeah.
And I also I feel like Gary is constantly having Donatello use his fucking living metal powers in awesome ways.
Making duplicates of himself?
Yes, dude. Isn't that cool as shit?
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
Yeah, I love it. I also like that Dr. X is literally a doctor. You see Splinter passing out. He didn't have time enough to wrap himself in phone cord.
As person that got the first few Mirage issues, I didn't get the first few, but I was into some of the earlier stuff. Probably like third or fourth or fifth printings of the earlier stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of stepped away. I got maybe a couple of issues in like the 20s and 30s. And then just kind of knew the Turtles mostly by the cartoon.
Right.
It is kind of cool to see this Dr. X character kind of as an ally of the Turtles, which is completely different than the cartoon.
Oh, yeah. They were peaceful, dude. The Utrons were chill. They were cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, comic Utrons. Krang was created almost exclusively for the cartoon.
Right.
Just to be a villain. But he had almost no similarities except the very superficial to the Utons.
Yep.
Which is cool because he looks like a villain.
Yeah.
And that's why they used him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was the whole subversion thing, is that the Utrons were on Earth doing experiments, and their mutagen was what mutated the Turtles.
Yep.
And so the Turtles found them out while they were investigating their origins, and they discovered they basically were a bunch of brains that were using human robot bodies. But then it ends up being that they're mostly benevolent, except for the fact they're just kind of like douchebags. They aren't evil, they're just kind of
just worried about
I
themselves.
don't know if you're remembering right. They were trapped, and they were only doing the stuff they were doing to get money to build the machine to go home.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they weren't really douchebags. They weren't like doing like evil experiments. They were just trying to raise money to leave.
But they always come across as kind of like very, what's the word? They're not the most...
They're just cold.
Yeah, they're kind of cold. They don't really... They don't harm humans intentionally, but they don't really care that much. Yeah. Later on, again, after this series, in Series 4, they do come to Earth and basically give humanity space travel. As like
somebody had to do it.
Yeah, it's one of the better parts of like Series 4 is that like mankind makes contact with the Utrons and like they get like a trial run of like interacting with the rest of the universe. It's kind of fun. I enjoyed it.
That's cool.
That's where
sounds cool.
Yeah, it's like that series is awesome. I really, really hope that IDW follows this up with a color version of that, because I think that series needs to be read by more people.
That was black and white,
yes.
too?
Can you imagine how shitty it would feel if, like, Aliens gave you a trial run and, like, you failed it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess you guys just don't talk to the rest of the universe ever again.
And
bye.
Maybe we won't come kill you someday.
Mankind just like, well, fuck everyone. Pimlico crashes the party and tells them, hey guys, look, Raph is fucking in trouble. And the thing is that, like, because she shows up, nobody's really sure why Splinter passed out. Don't worry, we'll get a little bit of that later, but just bookmark that. But Pimlico's showing up to be like, hey bros, check it out. She catches him up to speed on the whole Lady Shredder business and says, well, come save him if you want or not. Whatever, I'm going. I just thought I'd tell you. And so she takes off, and the boys take off with her. For my money, I really enjoy, the turtle throwing his little party hat down in anger. I love it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love the panel where she kind of whips the door open.
Yeah.
Great panel by Frank, and great coloring by Adam Gazowski. Again, foreground turtles kind of grayed out, just making Pimlico pop. They look cool. The inking there looks really cool. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Almost Kirby-esque in a way.
Absolutely. And, we were talking about Loose, but, like, dude, there's all kinds of good compositional shit. Like, the choice to have Raph, like, tied up between those, like, two, like, brick pillars, it's just a good visual. And so, Lady Shredder's decided that Raph must die.
As you do.
Mm-hmm.
Usurper.
His brothers, the other turtles.
It is interesting that they do give Raph the choice to just become another rank-and-file foot.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's not into that.
Just can't do it, dude. I love we get a cowabunga.
We sure do, Raven. We sure do.
I've been waiting. With bated breath.
I don't know.
How funny
for 23
is
issues.
that thwak? It looks like someone just took a marker and kind of scribbled that in.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Thwak.
It's all like shaky.
Meanwhile, the Katang right down there on the shell looks like, flawless victory.
I gotta say, Mikey's head looks really awkward in the Thwak panel.
There's a coloring thing sort of going on where, like, the purple is on top of his beak. But, like, that purple's kind of like, at a glance, might make you think teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It fucks with you.
Yeah, those aren't teeth, are they? That's like the top of his nose.
Well, if you look at Donnie, the purple is his teeth.
Right.
But then you look over at Mikey, that's the top of his beak.
I actually want to say that's a miscolor. Yeah. I think the colorist thought it was teeth when actually it's just lined out nose top.
Ooh, we got you, Adam. We got you.
Taking off a point.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Now, he didn't fix it in the trade, guys. Just fix it in the trade. That's all. But no, good eye, dude. Good catch. Yeah, I think you're right. Like, the beak should be green, and then that's his teeth underneath. But, dudes. Lady Shredder. Just, like, kind of seems like she knows Leo. What up? I don't know. There's mystery unfolding. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one obvious choice. And it's a character we haven't seen in this series.
Go ahead, say it.
Well, it's what's her name? Curie?
Ace Duck.
No, yeah, it's Ace Duck.
Ace Duck's under the armor. Admit it.
Mutagen man.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I forget her exact name. It's like Curie.
Karai.
I think she is also Shredder's daughter. She's mentioned in the previous issue as being out of favor with the Foot.
Right, and
But-
remember that Pimlico is only claiming to be Shredder's daughter. No
right.
one knows. Really.
And Curie has history with these guys, so it would make sense that she would know Leo.
Right.
So she's like the obvious choice here under the armor. But again,
Guys.
the Foot said they were out of favor with her.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe someday we'll find out.
I don't think we will. Because, from what I understand, this is it. The series is canceled.
Yep, canceled.
Yeah, you're never going to know for 15 years. Can you imagine how bad that would hurt, dude? To get this old lady Shredder set up? I know you know. I feel so bad for you, dude. And can I ask
we're
you?
all resigned to just
Can I ask you really, though?
know that it wouldn't end.
What did you think at the time? Like, when you were reading it, you were just like, well, God damn it.
Were you angry? Were you
Yeah.
furious?
Well, let's talk about it after we get to the last
you're
page.
right. You're right. I did want to say that this talking bolt cutter gag is fucking hilarious, dude. Where he writes the "Hi Raph, how are you" in a little font. He's like, I can make the bolt cutters talk too. Hi Raph, how are you? Dude, that's so fucking funny. I laughed literally out loud. LOL, literally out loud when I read that sequence. So fucking funny, dude. And I think it's important. Like, I don't know. I know we said it before, but like, goddamn, dude, Gary just really nailed the turtles. He really got their personality.
Give them this like immaturity and stuff.
Yeah, so funny. Hi, Raph. How are you? Yeah, and then the cyborg clone getting its head knocked off on that same page. So good. This is good shit, dude. Sorry I jumped ahead. Lady Shredder's sort of like, you don't recognize me? I'm hurt. So that was on this page where she was like basically telling Leo, look, bro, you should know who I am. We also get to see Donnie merge with one of his clones because he's just split his focus too much. Again, it's cool thing after cool thing with Donatello.
It's a very Kirby thing to have two guys crashing into each other like that.
Right, to merge. Like, that's how they merge.
The sound effect is Kerrang, too. Kerrang.
Love it, dude. All this stuff is so good. Leo using the pop blade. Oh, it's so good, dude. This shit is... Remember, when I started going into this series, I was kind of like, I guess I'll be a... Now I am...
You were a little shaky on it.
I was. But, dude, I love it. I feel like there's so much cool stuff going on in this, like, every issue. And here we get to see, like, what the deal was with, it's Chang, right? Chang?
Yeah.
So we get to kind of, like, the thing is Chang kind of reveals, you kind of find out why Splinter's just been such a constantly collapsing, shaky mess all the time.
Right.
Yeah. Old man Chang here has used his foot magic to basically siphon off Splinter's mojo, dude. So he's got like techniques and everything.
And makes you tie yourself up with phone cord.
I guess so, dude. Listen, when the Ninja Master steals your skills and your essence and your life force, you're gonna tie yourself up with phone cords a time or two. It's just gonna happen. Didn't you remember in American Ninja that happened?
I don't recall that. No.
Look it up on IMDb.
Dude, I saw American Ninja in the theater.
Did you?
And I don't remember. My dad took me.
Can I say, if we have any younger listeners, it is literally impossible for you to understand how much America loved ninjas.
Yeah, they wouldn't shut up about them.
God.
I had posters with all like the different meditation forms, like the hand
Yes, dude.
forms. I had rubber throwing stars.
Yes, dude. Yep.
I came around well after that.
No way.
And that was all before Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that was all before Ninja, because
Yeah.
I had Ninja Turtles, which were a generation removed from the Ninja craze.
Craze.
They were
dude.
born of it because they are direct references to the Daredevil era that came out of it.
Right, yeah. The hand. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's insane. Like you cannot understand how much Americans love ninjas, dude.
Dude,
Bruce Lee was pretty cool.
American Ninja came out in '85, so that means I was 8 years old.
That's nuts.
And my dad, I remember,
you
could go to an R movie if you went with a parent.
Was there like a second ninja wave? Because I know in the 70s there was the Kung Fu wave.
No, dude, you know how long like the zombie wave has been going? Like
Right.
just the ninja wave went for fucking years and years.
It did. Okay.
Yeah. So Jim, when you say you missed it, you didn't miss it. You just maybe didn't care about it as much because you lived it, dude.
I mean, there
was a different ninja movie that you could rent every week.
Really?
All the time.
I mean, there were a lot of ninjas in the 90s, but it felt like the craze had passed.
These are all like canon movies.
Although when Ninja Turtles hit, of course, you had a lot of imitators.
Yeah.
So.
No, but I was just saying, like, I don't know. Can you go if a parent can a parent bring a kid to a rated R movie these days?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
I didn't know.
Although, no, restricted means restricted.
I worked in a movie theater, and at least for the theater I worked at, as long as they had a guardian, they were okay.
I see.
And that was just my theater I worked at, but at that theater, yes.
But I definitely went.
Guess they're more guidelines.
8 years old.
Can you
8
imagine?
years old. I didn't see an R-rated movie until I was 16.
Dude, I saw the Fly in the theater with my dad.
My first R-rated movie was Broken Arrow. I'm such a sad sack.
What year was the Fly? Had to be close to that.
Craig, I bet you were freaking.
86. So I was 9, and I watched The Fly, and that scarred the shit out of me.
I was gonna say, I bet you were freaking the fuck out, dude.
It fucked me
just
up.
because of the creature effects.
It was so gross. It still grosses me out.
Yeah, he's ripping his face off and shit, pulling his teeth out,
vomiting on dudes and devouring them, and
it's
dogs getting mutilated.
It's hardcore.
Have you seen it, Jim?
No.
It is
I don't like the body horror stuff, so I tend to avoid Cronenberg.
That's what it is.
That was my first experience with it, and it was like mind blowing as a 9-year-old.
Although I did like The Thing. I was okay with watching.
I saw RoboCop.
Oh yeah,
RoboCop's not bad either.
RoboCop is bad.
No,
he's like shooting the guy in the dick.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty hardcore.
Well, wait a minute.
Bitches leave.
Wait a minute. The shooting the guy in the dick thing, you don't even see anything.
Yeah, but he shoots his arms and legs off. They just blow him apart until he's just a torso.
Not, okay, how do I explain this?
Murphy gets mutilated by guns. That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing as the Fly pulling his teeth out.
Oh no, absolutely not.
No,
but
you're
it's
right.
still
I can't. And that guy that gets mutated and explodes at the end, even that's not horrifying.
But I can't imagine. Like, my daughter is going to be 10 this year, and my son is going to be 7.
How irresponsible!
I can't imagine bringing them to that stuff.
You got to though, Craig. You don't. You can't raise a wimp.
I can't do that. Like, it's too much. No. Like, I don't know. Like that, it's not good.
There are ways to ease them in. You got to watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and when they start, when Judge Doom gets flattened and he has to reinflate himself, if they run out of the room, they're not ready.
Dude,
it's funny you say that because I started watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit with my daughter, and it's a little weird in places.
Oh yeah, it's super fucking like dark and adult.
Yeah,
there's a ton of racy humor in it.
Remember me, Eddie, when I killed your brother? This shit is scary, dude.
Or have them watch Home Alone, and when Marv steps on the nail, if they cringe, they're not ready.
They have watched that.
Stepping on the nail always bothered the shit out of me. That was the worst.
My son, who's 6 now, he's going to be 7. With Home Alone, after I watched that, he was so scared, like scarred, that like home intruders were going to come. He was so fucked up over it. Like that's a normal thing that people try to break into your house. And I was like, fuck.
That's funny.
Anyway, we're getting way off track with weird B movies from my childhood that scarred and affected me for the rest of my life.
It's okay, dude. It tied to Ninja Fever, so it connects. They corner Chang. Chang doesn't have any choice. The Foot are defeated. He's fucking alone. Believe it or not, Gary does a goddamn callback to issue 1 of Ninja Turtles. This is the hardcore, the most hardcore thing. Shredder pulls a thermal grenade out, and in the original issue 1, it was real, and the fucking roof where he got killed basically by the turtles blows up. Here, not so much. It's a fake out. It's just fucking fireworks.
Just enough to escape.
Yep. The old ninja trick of fireworks. So
I love the inks on that panel, the cityscape. It's cool.
yeah, this is good. And I gotta imagine this probably looks way the fuck better in color.
Nah, black and white looks pretty sharp, the contrasts.
I would love... Listen, president of IDW, I've already called you out for being an incompetent clown. Chris Ryall, if you have any brains and you're stupid...
Going hard, dude.
I know, dude. It's because I know he doesn't listen. If you have any brains in your empty head, you're going to release these black and white in an omnibus. Hashtag release the omnibus.
Some real kayfabe going on there.
I like to keep it real. 100.
Color is for cowards. That's what I say.
Come on, Chris. Quit pissing us off and give us what we want. At any rate, so the fireworks work. He escapes, and then they're kind of pissed because they just don't know what the hell to do. But then in a twist, to end all twists, they decide, fuck it, let's get some birthday cake and invite Pimlico.
They just jump off.
Yeah.
Woo, birthdays!
And then it says never the end.
I'm surprised they didn't take that out for this.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
I actually, as a new reader...
Why are you glad?
Was a new reader, I like it.
I think it's important to earmark the fact that this is where the series ended.
Agree.
You don't think it would be confusing for people that might not know this isn't a new series?
Listen, if you're reading series, you fucking know.
He said, listen.
You either know what you're getting into or you don't.
For me, it wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't a big deal, but also
it clearly says never the end. So
yeah, never the end. I do think I gotta say
which clearly means it's the end for now.
Well, I would love to know
until next month. Yes,
I would love to know if the decision to have them just be like, you know what, fuck Chang, let's get some cake. I would love to know if that was a decision based on the cancellation.
Well, you know, the other thing, it's true. The very next page says next month. So
yeah. Listen.
I do like that ending is so like unacceptable.
It is, dude. And now you can tell us how you felt.
The beat goes on. This is how Savage Dragon will end.
Yep, never the end. But you know what, Maddie? Let's just get some cake.
Awesome. Pimimko is into birthdays and everything's just happy. And it's just like that ending on a sitcom where they just jump in the air and it's frozen.
Uh-huh.
And then Twilight. What's the name of that song? Twilight Zone. The beat goes on, starts playing.
Guys, I would be very unsatisfied with this ending.
So, I didn't buy this when it came out month to month.
Right.
I bought this afterwards, but not that far afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought them almost like all at once. I can't remember. I must have got them off eBay or collected them at the comic shops. But I got them early on when they were still like available and like easy to find and get.
Right.
And I just being so disappointed in that ending and just thinking as the years went on, you know, of course, like, well, even just thinking then, like, we're never going to know how this ends. And it just, like, sucks to invest 23 issues of your time and not even get, like, it's one thing of it ending early and them just being able to wrap it up on the last issue.
Right.
It's another thing where it's kind of like, it doesn't feel wrapped up at all.
No, and...
You know, like, Lady Shredder, we'll never know. Like, what the fuck? Like...
It's funny because, like, Gary didn't even try to wrap it up. He wasn't even like...
I think in a way that's better. Because if he had tried to rush it in like the last second, I feel that it would be worse for it.
It clearly worked out. Yeah, I mean, it clearly worked out because we're... Now,
looking back.
But like, goddamn, dude, it is... Think of the balls, the King Kong ding dong, to just be like, you know what? I'm not going to wrap this up. Good luck.
So I was right. The song is called Twilight Zone. That song.
Well, Thank you very much.
I did not know that song existed till just now.
Really? Because I always associate that song.
Me
I
neither.
associate that song with montage endings of movies. Like Leonardo, he went on to become a skilled swordsman, and Raphael, he never became head of the Foot Clan, but he retired. Years later,
Happily married with 4 kids.
Michelangelo was drafted and died in Vietnam.
Oh no, dude! No, his book career took off. Don't you kill him in Nom.
Nom.
His book career took off, man.
He still owns the old bookstore
All right,
with his main squeeze Hortus.
I got an idea. So if this was the end, if this is where it ended, how would you guys right now at this point in time rank your experience with this? I'm still satisfied. For me, for my money, we got a lot of cool shit. I'm dissatisfied that it didn't end, but as a series, I'm pleased.
I think as a series has been quite excellent. As a Savage Dragon side thing, I think it ranks up there with, Freak Force.
Yeah.
And other spin-offs of that quality.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Well, yeah, I mean, it had 23 issues to flesh out a lot of stuff, so not a lot of the Savage Dragon spin-offs had that much real estate to work things out. So I think that makes it enjoyable. Just the sheer amount of highbrow guest stars.
And let me say,
made that fun.
as a Ninja Turtle fan, it is very much a Ninja Turtle series.
Yeah,
Absolutely, dude. It feels right on point with...
As comic turtles go, this is one of the unusual periods for the book because it does not have the usual suspects involved in it. None of the original creators, neither Eastman nor Laird, are involved. Your usual artists like Dooney and Larsen are the people who you usually associate with Turtles comics.
Right.
They're not involved. So it is. I know a lot of comic turtle fans aren't a fan of this period because none of the usual people are involved with it. It is not a Mirage series.
Yeah.
You know what, Jim?
Which is
hot take. Fuck them.
I wouldn't go quite that far because holy shit, those actual Mirage Turtle comics are good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think at the time this series ran, it got a lot of flack for not being the same, really. And also, the mutilations, I think, were also very not liked by the comic Turtle fans at the time.
Yeah, but I think that, in past interviews we've done with Frank and Gary, it's they're never meant to, stay that way.
Right.
And people didn't give it time, and you don't want to rush things. And obviously, they're going to give Donatello his body back, and I'm sure they would find a way to return the other turtles back. So, it's comics, that's what happens.
Right.
When Volume 4 came out in 2001, and that's when I started reading comic Turtles, by the way. My first Turtles comic was issue number 1 of Volume 4.
Right.
And this is considered Volume 3, Urban
Volume
Legends?
3, yes.
Okay.
Yes, the first... and Volume 2 is kind of an iffy volume because it's kind of short. But anyway... When Volume 4 came out, they basically ignored everything that happened during this, but they also did not contradict it. So,
cool.
That the thing was, they just kind of did a time skip because they treat Ninja Turtles as a real time thing. So when the Turtles came back in 2001, they were no longer teenagers; they had been around since the 80s.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So do they still consider this not?
Well, here's
canon?
the crazy thing: now that it's complete. And although I don't know what the ending is, if it restores status quo, it's entirely probable that this can be restored to canon without any effort.
Well, it's a cool kind of subtitle, too, to call it Urban Legends, because it's did this really happen or not? You know?
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah. And especially if, as we read these and it concludes and they're able to return the turtles kind of to their normal self, then it makes all the more sense.
Ironically, series Volume 4 also basically, quote-unquote, mutilated each of the turtles. The funny thing there was that what happened was Leonardo, he didn't get mutilated so much as he got abducted at some point, so he wasn't around for a bunch of the later issues.
Weird.
But Raphael got bit by a vampire and turned into this giant hulking turtle.
Okay.
Donatello got shrunk down to 2 inches tall and had to drive around a robot body.
Okay.
And then Michelangelo also didn't get mutated, but he did get abducted by aliens and have adventures in space.
It's just funny. Fandom is so funny. Like that's okay, but people
I don't know that
go
series.
crazy about
I
this
love
stuff.
that series to death, but I don't think a lot of other people do. But I think it's mostly because
It sounds fun as shit to me.
You guys
That's
should read
comics,
it.
man.
It's so good. If you like this, you will love that. Let me tell you that much.
Well, you were talking about like
would.
fandoms
But-
being so funny.
It's not in
Sorry,
print.
Jim.
It's in
You finish up. I'll
Sorry,
bring
I was
it
just going to say, but the problem is it's not in print. It's very difficult to find these issues. They had low print runs.
How many issues does it run?
Off the top of my head, I can't tell you, but it's like 30.
Craig will have it in a week.
That's not bad.
Craig will have it in a
No,
week, dude.
I can't spend much. I've been.
This is a guy who got Bizarre Heroes in a day. He can do it.
No, I
he
didn't.
can do it.
No, I didn't. It took me all COVID
Well,
to get all those.
Volume 4 isn't the hard part to get a hold of. It's Tales of the Ninja Turtles Volume 2. Because that ran 70 issues. And those issues are a bitch boat to get. So, okay.
How the hell are those not available? I mean, we're talking they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, one of the most popular franchises.
IDW started reprinting the Tales stuff, but I think they stopped at a certain point. I don't think it all got reprinted. Also, the thing about the Volume 4 stuff is it actually only went 28 issues, monthly issues. Well, I say monthly. It was really sporadic release. It was really delayed all the time. But anyway,
But
at issue...
why can't they do phone books? I mean, if the stuff's already black and white.
Or digital. You know, I'm a huge print man, but like, for God's sake, if it means the difference between having it at all or not having it,
Right.
do digital.
So there's another wrinkle to this, is that the series ended at 28, and then the Viacom buyout happened.
Right.
But
Right.
Peter Laird retained the right to continue publishing comic book Turtle comics.
The most insanely sweetheart deal in history.
So after the series ended, he released 4 more issues, mail order only, that were $10 a piece, and they were like
Christ.
double length, and they are the hardest issues to find. They cost $300 a pop on eBay now.
Craig just says, Christ. That is an appropriate reaction.
It's
dude.
entirely possible that IDW does not have the right to reprint these books because, again, Laird retained the rights to them.
Well, he could just reprint them and make mint.
Yeah, I mean, he stopped making Turtles comics after issue 32 when he could have, because apparently he had gotten burned out on Turtles. That's why he sold out to Viacom, because he had worked directly on the 2008 CGI Ninja Turtles movie.
Right.
And that experience was enough to finally burn him out on Turtles entirely, and that's what prompted him to sell out.
If you watched that Toys That Made Us thing, dude, he's kind of, yeah, I could see
Well,
what you
he's also
described.
getting up there, too.
Yeah,
At some
Well, he's a
point.
lot older.
He's probably just like-
older than Eastman.
He is, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, what's...
And Eastman's getting up there. I mean, he's no spring chicken either. I mean, he was young when he started this,
Right.
But, dude, Laird is like he's old. And so it's kind of like... I could see someone at that age just being like, fucking, I'm rich.
But
who cares?
Between like 2001 and 2009, Mirage put out a shit ton of Turtles comics. A new series, a mini series for each turtle. So there's 12 issues for 4 turtles. A 70 issue run of Tales of the TMNT, which was just a bunch of like anthology style stories.
Right.
A bunch of no, that was basically it, just that. But that's a shit ton of Turtles comics, and then the Viacom buyout, and then it's just been whatever IDW publishes.
Yeah.
It was so.
Do you have all these
I
comics?
bought all that stuff when it was, except for those last 4 Ninja Turtle issues, which
The hell didn't you buy those?
because they were mail order only and they were $10, and I was broke at the time.
Oh, Jim.
I know, right?
Oh, the
But
lesson
I do
is
have.
always buy it.
But here's the other thing, because they were kind of this weird mail order thing.
Mm-hmm.
He also ended up releasing all the pages for free on his blog. So
Oh, okay.
I have 3 out of 4 of the issues digitally in that way. But for whatever reason, issue 31 didn't get released that way. So I don't have that one.
Is that
What a jerk.
is that the last one?
No, second to last. That's why it's
Okay.
worse.
Oh, god damn, dude!
Somebody's got to have it.
I'll find it. If I really want it, I'm sure I can go get it.
Can I just say I'm thankful that I never read Turtles comics? That sounds like a horrible end to things.
And, we haven't got started yet on apparent. We'll get to it. I'll talk to you about this part off the air because it's just really esoteric.
Okay.
This
Sorry,
is not
listeners.
for fans. Sorry, listeners. This is not for you.
I gotta say though, I do like the concept of the turtles. I love how fantastic it is and how it's just not ninjas and it's space and it's this. You know, it reminds me in ways of like a typical, like a similar Savage Dragon type thing where anything goes and that's fun. There's a lot of supporting cast and reoccurring characters.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
villains that come back. Like, you know, I am surprised at myself that I don't collect Ninja Turtles.
Turtles is a lot like Dragon in many respects. It comes from
for a while, just creator-owned
indie roots. The day it sold out was the most insane thing ever because you think
It was heartbreaking for me.
it was
dude.
crazy. Why would you do this?
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, but like I said, it makes when you get to a certain age, it's like, well, you're going to keep doing it forever. Like he's ready probably to retire.
Leave it to somebody in your family or something, dude. Like,
Well, I'm sure like his family is probably not artists or something, and the money he made,
He
I'm
made
sure
like
they'd rather just
$64
have
million
that.
on the sale or some shit. It set everyone for life.
but he
It
was
just-
rich already.
That's true. But
So
but,
it's kinda
but,
like, who
but,
cares?
But it's relative because he, if I remember correctly from that toy episode, I don't think he was rich off of it. In fact, because Turtles have been largely, in many ways, dormant for a very long time.
Right.
Because the cartoons did okay, and that movie didn't do great at all, to be honest.
The third movie sunk it.
Oh, yeah, the third movie killed everything.
Yeah.
I mean, things don't last forever either. It's amazing how relevant Ninja Turtles have been for how long. But, I mean, at some point, think about, like, Captain Marvel was, like, the biggest superhero at the time. And now, I mean, yes, he has a new movie out, but he's not at that level. I mean, so it's like, do you cash out and make a mint, or do you gamble and,
I just hate when indie creators like give
Sell
their
out?
properties to corporations.
Yeah.
Because never will a corporation care as much as an individual. Period.
Yeah.
Never. It will
No,
never be.
it sucks, but it just comes down to money, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, it happens with microbreweries and beer. And,
Oh yeah.
Every kind of aspect of business that, people are going to go, it's going to give them the most money, especially when they want to retire. And you can't
It's
blame
just
them for that.
so
I mean,
unfortunate that the sequence of events always goes: creator does it for a while, sells out. It continues for a while, fine. Then it doesn't do quite as well as it did the year before, so they start things just start going downhill, and there's no incentive to innovate.
once it's not making money for the stockholders.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it becomes just another line on a portfolio.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of like, think of all the IP that is out there that's just like sitting around not doing shit for no reason. No reason.
Well, and that just means it's time for the next artist to step up and create something, and sometimes that's good in a way. Like, do we really need 40 years of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, cornering the market? Let's get something new out there. Give someone else a try.
Turtles is one of those concepts which is incredible to me, is just how popular it is across generations.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not many. You think probably like G.I. Joe, Transformers, Ninja Turtles.
There's lots of things. There's Superman, and even there's Spider-Man.
Fucking Mickey Mouse. There's a bunch of stuff, IP that just is built to last. It's just Turtles is unique because it's creator owned. It didn't. I mean,
But there's I even think Saturday morning cartoons. There's a lot of stuff that was big, and like He-Man. It's the new kids don't give a shit about He-Man, but kids
and yet
still
there are
love.
2 He-Man based TV series. They're coming out on Netflix.
yeah, I was gonna say.
They're coming out, but they're also. The people are going to be watching it are people like you and I too. I mean, maybe younger kids will get into
She-Ra
it.
is very popular.
Yeah, I was going to say
teenagers and adults.
She-Ra's a good exception to that.
Yeah, but it's coming back as more of a, yes, kids like it now, but it hasn't been, how many years has it been since She-Ra was popular? They're just trying it out again. I mean, Ninja Turtles have never stopped being a
Well,
hit, just like
that's
Transformers,
not
just
true.
like G.I. Joe.
They stopped being a hit in the mid '90s. That's why we got this series that we're talking about.
Well, again,
Yeah,
and we're within
I mean-
we're in the lifespan of the original creator. Like, imagine if you were still alive when, like, fucking, the dudes that made Superman were alive. It wouldn't feel the same as it does now.
And I wouldn't say it stopped being a hit. I mean, it got less popular. Still making like the action figures. Like the kids all like they still had Ninja Turtle parties. I mean, they weren't as popular. I mean, He-Man vanished. Like after that was done with our generation, it was gone for 20 years. Or She-Ra.
They tried.
You know,
They
Yeah,
tried to do a
there's been a
Masters of the
couple-
Universe.
They've done a couple of like they try every
didn't
couple.
stick,
Yeah,
though.
they don't stick, but they try.
but I'm just saying, like Transformers and Ninja Turtles have just clicked with every generation since they were developed almost.
Just because they have reinvention in their DNA. And I think that's the secret for these things with longevity is like, dude, there's so many different Transformers that like when you see a new Transformers, people don't go, it's just like you just know it's another Transformers. Same thing with
Yeah.
Turtles. And I'm really surprised that Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got canceled.
Wait,
Because-
it got canceled?
Yeah. And it's
Wow.
it's goddamn incredible.
It must have cost too much to make.
Dude, it's
What is
The
that?
That's
latest
newest
series.
Turtles.
The latest series.
Yeah, and it's incredible. Like I'm telling you, the animation is off the fucking chart. I couldn't because I was like, I haven't been watching Turtles cartoons since the '80s, and I ignored this one. I was like, whatever, it's for a new generation. It's not for me, dude. People share Twitter clips of the fight scenes from that show, and they're like movie quality animation. It's
Yep,
insane.
they're fucking crazy.
It
how
is-
good they are.
It is, yeah, it is
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one.
unbelievably good.
But it's
and-
also very different than all previous Ninja Turtles. Like its selling point is that it's highly remixed.
well, but that's
This is the one. That's the one. Where Raph's got the
Raph
whole
is,
like skull cap.
Raph is huge with his
And he's huge.
He's huge with a skull cap.
He's got that one little fang that sticks out. I like. Yeah, one's like Donatello's tall and skinny,
And
right,
yeah,
or something.
April's black and all kinds of things. And Splinter's
yeah.
kind of a goofball.
Casey's a woman. Like,
Oh, he is.
yeah,
That's-
Cassandra.
I didn't know that.
Cassandra Jones. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
So this is, in my experience, the stuff with the most longevity is the stuff that can be remixed the most.
Reinvention. Yeah.
Transformers is very good at that. That's why
Huge,
Transformers
dude.
lasts.
Goddamn.
Also, it's robots and vehicles. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah, but you can change everything
hit.
about it and still keep that core.
Yeah.
And like Ninja Turtles is starting to go through that where, and like She-Ra was like that. That's why She-Ra did so well, is because it was a complete remix reinvention. And
It
why
could've
I
been
don't
something
why I,
new,
it's
but-
it's why I don't think this new
Yeah.
He-Man series is going to do as well as people think it is, because it's going back to basics on He-Man.
Bro, Kevin Smith is like fanfic the professional.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna go different enough.
Yeah, and that, but at the same time,
oh, it's by Kevin
yeah,
Smith.
it's
heavily
his baby
involved, yeah.
project. Yeah, but then again, you can go so far as to get Thundercats Go, which was really bad.
Two remixed.
Too far.
You
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was funny as shit.
did you?
It's not supposed to be like serious.
I have no
but
opinion
I
on it,
watch it.
actually.
I was cracking up when I watched it, but it's not like it's just a goof on it. So if you liked it, thinking it was going to be serious or like anything like the original cartoon,
Well, you seem to have come to it at the actual purpose, because most of the internet just shit upon it and never stop shitting.
well, that's the thing with fanboys too. It's like, oh, you're making fun of my favorite
That's
thing.
also
or whatever.
the
It's just like,
internet. It's like
we're adults now too. It's like we can just laugh at it. It's not supposed to be. I don't know.
it's the internet.
A drama.
Yeah, that's the internet, dude. Is like just the overthought and taking shit too seriously, and it's just like that's what's. It's kind of like taking it all the way back to Turtles, like this series here when it failed. It was just like, dude, people couldn't just appreciate it for what it was. Like they had to be comparing it to everything that it wasn't. It's like, dude, just calm down. Like this series that Gary and Frank did doesn't erase your memories, you fucker.
Well, that's the thing too, and it's just like music. You can't just keep doing the same thing.
No.
You got to try different things, and you get bored with the same thing. I mean, having a cartoon series that lasts 10 years or whatever it lasts, the original one, it's like we don't need to see that again. It was done. You want to watch old episodes, watch old episodes.
And that's
al-
also
and that's always been the thing, is that this new stuff doesn't erase the old stuff. People who judge their past on something new, it's always baffled me. Just don't watch the new stuff. Ignore it.
You have to be able to accept too that because of money, because people don't support new things, because awesome new things happen all the time, and people ignore them. Things die sales death constantly, and so it's like, thanks to that, you're gonna have shit coming back all the time. So just deal with it, because it's gonna happen. And when they bring shit back, it's not gonna be the same thing. The new Battletoads game, dude. I love the original Battletoads. I love the original Battletoads. Apparently, like, it was fucking stupid to a lot of people because the new series kind of treats it like a joke.
Right.
Yeah, it's a silliness, and I get that too.
Like,
that gets old too, where everything's got to be a joke too.
Yeah.
I just let it go though, dudes. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. This is for a whole new generation.
Yeah, the new Battletoads is closer to the Thundercats Go, just with a slightly more consistent art style.
I just let it go though. As somebody who, like, it's funny. Like, I'm a comic artist, but like, it's so dumb to have Battletoads be important and influential in your life when it's a joke to a lot of people.
Right.
But like, if as a comic artist and those Nintendo Power Battletoads comics, that shit influenced me so much. I was drawing that shit over and over and reading it, and I was like, oh.
There were Battletoads Nintendo Power comics.
Yeah, Battletoads Nintendo Power comics.
I must have missed those. Those must have been before I was reading Nintendo Power, because I love Nintendo Power comics.
Oh, dude, there were Battletoads Nintendo Power comics, and that shit for me was huge. And so, like, again, Battletoads are huge in my life. And this new game is just like, so like, wah, wah, they're so dumb. And I was like, you know what? It's cool. This is just not for me. I hope other people like it. And a lot of people do. I've seen a lot of people being like, fuck yeah, bros, this is funny. And I like the writing and the characters are cool. And finally I can actually play this game and beat it. And it's just like, dude, it's for a whole new generation.
I heard it's a little too short, though, for the price they're charging for it, is all.
True. But mainly, I'm just saying that, like, new shit happens, and I should say, old shit's gonna get brought back. It's not always gonna be your cup of tea. You can walk away. It's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world to walk away from a series, because one day they might do a reinvention of it that you fucking love.
Yep.
So, who knows?
All right, I think we've said everything there is to be said. So yeah, we're going to be coming back. We're going to be coming back with another one of these episodes to wrap up this Urban Legends series. We got 3 more issues, the new ones that no one has ever seen before.
New to the world.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I am excited.
Maybe we'll find out who Lady Shredder really is.
And I hope.
I'm excited to kind of discuss and look at, like, the art approach on these new issues. We're talking, 15 years later.
Such a huge gap of time. They're gonna be different. You gotta expect that.
Agreed, and I do have thoughts, because there were things that I was like, huh. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun conversation.
It'll be interesting to see if we're satisfied with the actual conclusion now, too.
And a little sidebar, we may be doing a little bit of bonus content with it as well. We may be reviewing 5 issues instead of 3, but we'll hash that out amongst ourselves before the episode comes out.
Oh.
How dare you throw a wrench into this on air?
Jim pulled a little Lady Shredder of his own.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Listeners, we weren't prepared for that. You just heard me and Craig's real reaction.
As opposed to
Ninja Turtle extravaganza.
Ooh. All right, cool. Well, guys, it was fucking awesome talking turtles with you.
It's been great.
The Savage Turtle Cast.
Cal.
The Shell Cast.
Yeah, man. The Teenage Mutant FINcast.
So, as always, you can always contact us at savagefincast@gmail.com. Leave a comment on our website, savagefincast.com, on the blog post for this episode, or any episode, really. You can find us on YouTube. Just search for Savage FINcast. We should pop up. Our channel should pop up. Latest episodes are going up on YouTube, so if you want to subscribe there, it'll get alerted when our new episodes come out, as well as we're always on iTunes and Google Play.
Leave us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you.
Do we get to say, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell?
Never will we say that.
All right.
I don't pander.
Cowabunghole.
Cowabunghole.
Cow butthole, what?
Thanks, guys.